lights on the paper. However, we are transferring the lighting in the space, and then on the paper, it becomes a tonal value we're going to use. Okay. So before that, I want to show you some of the things, so we can have more understanding about how the light and the tone and how our visual system work. Okay, don't give me trouble if I ask you these two sides, which one is darker, which side is lighter, because then I think it could, right? So if you don't trust me, you can see like nothing, right? When I come back, it is the contrast making you think there's a lighter value and a darker value. But it's all about the background. Okay, so we'll talk about why this happens and how we can use that in the sketch. Say, if I move this much to here, the contrast wasn't as great as here. It's just because the contrast here wasn't as great as here. So this is actually tells you one thing, like we won't be able to trust our eye because our view system is sometimes it not function perfect. Okay. If we go back to the fundamental scientific things like this is the light. Okay, when the light is actually in the space, it called lights. When those lights are our retina, it called luminous distributions. It also has scientific terms. So on the retina, okay, it called the luminous distributions. And the same thing, the very same things is on the paper, it called the tonal values. So they said the first one is called identifications. It only doing the color perceptions, object and facial recognitions. It deals with the color. However, the other one called localizations, perception of emotions, spatial relations, and the depths. And then in this systems, they don't use the light, the color. So, which means that it's hard to believe, but when you sleeping, okay, when you wake up, your eye was actually, your pupil was actually dilated. This is the one time the rod was functioning. You can see much wider range, and then you can more sensitive to the movement. However, you won't be able to tell the color. At that moment, your color perception wasn't there. If you think, you might think it's red, right? I hope so. Taiwanese students, they might, because the lantern always red. But if you really cover everything else, it is really not a red. It is really like a black or something. When I move away from the context, this color doesn't look like red anymore. But if you go back, this looks like red because your memory, your perception, your cognitions, you think it is a red light. I was talking, was trying to tell you that in this class, you are welcome to do the color, but I was actually trying to emphasize on the luminous only. So, you know, luminous was highlighted, color doesn't. So, which means that I want you to develop ability not to see the color when you go out. That's how we see the fountain map, you know, our whole functional values. And then we have to detect edges like that. So this is our process. So you will say, if I just use this dot, it is actually how we do it. And then if you draw the line first, we come from this stage back to that stage. So the techniques you apply will have the hatchings. It's called hatchings, like this. You know, so with the one direction and with the variation of the stroke, the density, and then how heavy it is. And then this is called the cross hatchings. This is actually people more doesn't be careful to use it because sometimes when you apply the materials which you don't want to, people only want the one I was mentioning, just use that. Most of the time, it's really time consuming. So, space perceptions is actually say that refers to the process of applying a three-dimensional understanding of environment through the sensory modalities. Over here, he said the sensory modality, which means that not only the eye can help us to understand the space, also other sense. For instance, sound. Maybe I do this, don't do this. You can hear the voice coming back, right? This voice coming back from the environment can give you the echo. How you can judge the space a little bit, roughly, the echo, through the echoes. And also, touch also can help you. For instance, if I close my eye, I start doing this. 10 minutes later, I can have a sense of how beautiful it is, which means that touch also can help you. But visual perception, they say it's the most immediate perception of the space. Therefore, when people talking about the space perceptions, they actually almost they say that it's the visual space perception. Okay, so again, they also saying that this is actually the process of acquiring the three-dimensional understanding of environments from the 2D retina images and all media. How will you be able to understand 3D things from the 2D images? Nothing complex here. And all of things will point into the one answer. That answer will be the true depth about these environments. Okay. Of course, illusions, magic, they all trick you to believe otherwise. They're using this idea in a reverse way to make us see something which is impossible. That makes this become really amazing. If the object was actually move away or we start to focus on other objects, our muscle has to be readjusted. And then this muscle readjustment gives us a hint about how far it is away. The other thing called convergence is like two eyes. Similarity, the fixation points move. You know, our eye muscle change a little bit and feedback to us how far it is away. Generally speaking, this distance by this primary view usually was termed absolute distance, which means that I know how far it is away. So, and the range usually is pretty limited because it was developed for people to pick up something. You know what I mean? Say, I want to pick up these things, so I need an accurate distance. That's how allow me to do some behavior, motion like that. Okay. So when it comes to the pictorial cue, they don't give you the absolute distance. They give you the order, like which one is farther away, which one is closer to you. These getting smaller, 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 so they can turn as a relative size, right? However, they just follow the perspective to go there. So you can use the linear perspective to carefully organize all those line or size related depth cube if you've done this one correctly. Eventually, texture gradient is just a whole bunch of the relative size. Same thing, right? So therefore, I'm kind of thinking that we have to use linear perspective carefully and then correctly to place all the elements and then create another depth cube in our sketches. Maybe solve a little things. Put some human being. Sometimes I use the human being to indicate that this is actually going sloping up because their head is not lining up. So they are actually going up towards that tower over here. Okay? And then detail. I didn't put the tonal value. I actually have the dash in the tree and the mountain, but it doesn't look good. So I didn't show you this stuff. So by connecting those foreground with the background, you know the order of these sketches. You will be able to walk through this space. It's how you compose this 3D view, and the people will understand that as sequence. That's by the carefully composed the foreground, middle ground, and background. And the second thing is like compose the pictorial cue to create a sense of the depths. That would be the things we want to do on the side.